Yeah, we're back on. So remember with factorization, well, we gotta go back this when we doing quadratic, solving quadratic expressions and so forth. But I just want you guys to get the concept of it. So when we go to those topics, you'll be able to function effectively, right? Something that is very important in math is also transposition. If we can transpose, we can do anything. We can solve problems, right? So this is something I'll focus on now. So you guys can develop transposition of formulas, right? All right. Transposition is basically moving it either be variables or constants or numbers over the equal sign, right? And this operation usually changes. You gotta know where it changes to. Yeah. So if I'm adding on one side and I take it over the equal sign, what it becomes? Anybody? I'm adding and
So negative.
Yeah.
Subtract.
It becomes a negative. Or we say we need to subtract. Right? Again, if I'm on the next, if I'm subtracting on one side and take it over back, it's again hard, right? So if I'm multiplying and I carry it over the equal sign, I need to divide. But if I'm dividing and take it over the equal sign, I need to subtract. I need to multiply, sorry. Right? Good. So this is the two basic ones. Right? Two basic ones. What if I'm square rooting on one side? When I carry over the square root, what I need to do? Anybody? If I'm square rooting on one side and I want to carry it over.
How can you repeat?
If I want to carry over a square root over the equal sign.
It becomes a square.
Yeah, it becomes a power of 2, right?
Yeah.
So maybe some practical. Just to show you guys thinking. We'll have xy divided by 4 equal 2, right? And I want to make x the subject. What I need to do? xy divided by 4 equal 2. So when I say making x the subject, I want x to be by itself, right? Right now, x is with y and you get x with 4, right? So we need to get rid of those two, the y and the 4. Right now, in this equation, the 2 is by itself. So the 2 right now is the subject. You don't want 2 to be the subject. You want x to be the subject. So we need to take over y and take over 4. So which one we're going to take over first?
Sorry, 4.
Right, we take over the 4. So in situations like this, you always take over the denominator first. Remember that, always take over the denominator. So if there's a fraction, right? In this case, it's a fraction because something is dividing each other. And you want to make the numerator the subject, we take over the denominator. Always get rid of the denominator first. So we carry over the 4. And we carry over the 4 on the next side. What the 4 is doing on this side? It is dividing, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So if it's dividing on that side, we carry it over. We need to multiply. It will be 2 multiplied by 4. And we solve it. 2 multiplied by 4 is equal to 8. And we're not finished yet. All we need to do now is to carry over the y. And x will be the subject. We carry over the y now. The y is multiplying. We take it over. We need to divide. So we have x will be 8 dividing y. So y will be the denominator. Right? So take this down. This is a simple one. And that's how we transpose, right? Transposing is difficult. You doesn't have to remove it. Things like 4 rules and you're good. So take down this next one, x squared minus y equal 8. And I want you guys to make x a subject. Look at it. So the first thing we need to carry over is what? What we need to carry over in order to make x a subject.
First, I got to carry over the y.
The y, right? The
Yes,
y
sir.
and we need to carry over also the square because You want y to be the subject. So there's two things you gotta get rid of: y and the square. Right? So we first need to carry over the y. So we have x squared, and the y here is subtracting. So we take it over, we need to add, right? So we do 8 plus 1. Right? And we don't want x squared to be the subject. We want x. So we got to carry over this square root. And when we carry over square, we just get square root. When we carry over square root, we just get square. So all we need to do now, when we carry over this square here now, it becomes square root. So we need to square root everything on the other side. We do square root 8 plus y. Okay. So it can be the square root of 8 plus y. All right. This is the first one we do. Then we do the next one. Or this one here, the square root of x plus 2. This is 2, right? Square root of x plus 2 equal 4. And I want you guys to make x the subject. You basically solve an equation, right? You'll get the value for x in this case. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes. All right, let's work. So this is the first thing we need to carry over. Anybody? Anyone?
Third 2.
2? Anybody agree with that? All right, so this square root is governing everything, right? This square root is governing the x and the 2, right? So if the square root was only governing the x, the square root would have been smaller, right? It would have been like this. It would have been like this, right? And then you would have take over the 2 first. But in this case, the square root is governing both of them, x and the 2. So in this case, we need to carry over the square root first. Right? So we take over the square root. We take over the square root. And we get a square. Remember, so we got a square whatever done in that side. So we get 4 square. And we know 4 square is equal to 16. And after this, then we take over the 2. We have a positive 2. Take it over. Becomes a negative 2. And we have 60 minus 2. We have 40. X is equal to 40. So you see the reason for understanding transposition is basically to solve questions, to find an answer for unknown variable, right? So I'll give you guys some more to practice on. So look at this here, and I want you guys to make y the subject. Make y the subject. Let me see what you guys gonna do. 2 minutes. All right. So let's go. You guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're making y the subject. So what we need to take over first? We want to make y the subject. Anybody? You check the chat. All right. Nobody understand this one? All right. So we're making y the subject, right? I know most of you guys might want to say, oh, We can't move y because y needs to be made the subject, right? I remember I told you guys that you always take over the denominator first. But we want to make y the subject. So how are we going to take y and y is the denominator? It doesn't matter. Even though we're trying to make y the subject and y is the denominator, we need to take it over the equal sign. So we take over the y, the subject over the equal sign, because regardless of what, we always take the denominator in order to get these at the top. Right? We can't just grab them and just carry them over there. So we gotta get rid of the denominator. So we carry over the denominator. And we're left with 4 plus x. And y is dividing, so therefore y we need to go down multiply. Good. So what we end up with now is 4 plus x equal to y. Now we will always keep in mind that is y we want to make the subject. So now we have y is associated with 2 now. We have 2y. So all we need to do now is if we carry over this 2, we're going to get y as a subject. And this 2 is multiplying. So therefore, we will go over and divide. So you get 4 plus x divided by 2. You need to divide everything. Okay? And we left with y on this side. So y by itself. So therefore, this is our answer. Y is equal to 4 plus x divided by 2. Everybody catch that? You want me to go over it back?
Yeah, please go over it one more time.
All right, good. So we want to make y the subject, right? And the rule is we always carry over the denominator first before we get anything else at the top here to carry over, right? So we want to make y the subject and y is the denominator. We still need to carry it over regardless. So we carry over the y. When we carry it over, we can multiply this to it. That is y divided. We can multiply, so we get 2y. When you get to get it, we need multiplying, right? Remember that. So now we get 2y. So all we gotta do to make y the subject now is to basically carry over this 2 on this side A, because we can end up getting y by itself. This is what we're looking for. So when we carry over the 2 there, the 2 multiplying on this side, we carry it over, we can divide. So you gotta come over here and we can divide. And now y by itself, so therefore our answer will be 4 plus y divided by 2. Right? So this thing simple. When you're practicing and get it better. Right? So let me give you guys the next one to do. This is the only way you can get familiar with every situation when it comes to transposition. You gotta constantly doing a lot. Yeah, so for this one, just make x the subject. In this case, you get a value for x. Right? And number 6, I want you to make x. So look at these two. Number 6 might give you a challenge. So I'll give you guys like 5 minutes to look at both. And then I will start working it. So take your time, look at them. Number 6 might be a challenge. So I'm going to explain number 6. I was number 5. Let's see you guys come up with. So let's work. So again, let me work the first one. Right. So we're making x the subject. We got x squared plus 6 divided 2 equal 6, right? So again, we need to calculate the denominator first before we can carry over the 6. There's three things we need to carry over the 2. The 6 and the square, right? So we need to carry over the denominator first, which is the 2. Right? So we have x squared now. Carry over the 2, we have it x squared plus 6 on this side. So it will be 6, and this 2 is dividing, so we carry it over, we will multiply. So we get 6 multiplied by 2. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. Good. Then we need to carry over the plus 6, right? We have 12, and the plus 6 is basically adding. So we try to subtract. So we 12 subtract 6, that will give you 6. And then we take over the square. Because it's x, we don't want x square. Take over the square, we get square root 6. right? So we could solve it. Square root of 6 is what? Anybody? Use a calculator. Square root 6. You can put the answer in the chat.
3.
Square root of 9 is 3.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. I think it's gotta be 1 point something or 2 point something.
2.4.
2.4. All right. Okay. So again, transposition. You see how transposition, you gotta know how to transpose. This is a technique you gotta develop. You gotta take at least, let me see, a week and something just practicing transposition. And you'll be unstoppable after that. Once you master it, right? Good. Looking at the next one now. So we want x to be the subgroup. And you notice they have 2 x's. Everybody notice that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the objective is to get 1x. We can't deal with 2 x's and find the subject for 2x. They make sense, right? So in order to get them, in order to get 1x, we need to group them and simplify it. You can remember like terms, you can reduce like terms. Like let's say for instance, if I have a 2x plus a 3x, then give me a 5x. Right? Good. So all we need to do is to take over this x so that the 2x and the x will be together. Right? So this x that we're taking over is a positive, right? Because the sign in front of it is a positive. You've seen it. When you see when you have like a number by itself, or y by itself, or x by itself, it means that it's a positive one, right? So you know that. We take over that x, it become a negative x, subtract. Because it's a positive on the side, we take it over, it becomes a negative. Yeah. Then we just put back everything else. When we take over the x, so we can left with 4 on this side. Good. So remember, these 2's are like terms now. 2x minus x will give me what? 2x minus x. Check the chart. X, excellent. X, right? Because 2 minus 1 is 1. It's like 1x, but we don't say 1x, we just put x. Good. So this expression here gives me x. So we had 2 x's, now we end up with 1. You see that? That's just grouping and simplifying. So you see what algebra coming back? I just keep building on the concepts. Right? So we say 2x minus x give me x. And then we put back the 4y. And we had it, right? And now we just basically make what x is subject. So all we gotta carry over is the 4y. Carry over the 4y. You see the 4y as one expression, right? So we just take over the whole thing. You're not taking over the y and then take over the 4. No, this 4y is added. So we take over the entire 4y. And we just subtract because it added on this side. So we 4 minus 4y. And can we do anything with 4 minus 4y? No, because they are on like terms. So x is equal to 4 minus 4y. Yeah. Right? So I gotta send you guys a worksheet on transposition so you guys can practice. Tomorrow, definitely I'm meeting with you guys tomorrow to practice more on transposition alone. That is a crucial part of maths. This is a crucial part. And then next week, Sunday, I will give you guys a quiz. I'll try to see you guys. I'm gonna inform you guys on what I'm gonna teach next week Saturday. Yeah. But I want to continue translation tomorrow. I use the entire week to practice on what we did for the month. All right. Don't gonna be the end for the class because we have like 2 minutes remaining. Can't do nothing much with 2 minutes. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the class. Enjoy the rest of your day and make sure you practice. I will send you guys some more materials today. I will upload the recording also. Right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
Yes.